Reading from the collected works of the Mother. Question: but isn't a dog more conscious than a tiger, more evolved and higher in the spiral, that is to say, nearer to the divine? Mother answers: to be conscious is not the point. Man is more evolved than the tiger. There is not the shadow of a doubt, but the tiger is more divine than man. You must not confuse things. The two things are quite different. You see, the divine is everywhere, in everything. You should never forget that. Not for a second should you forget it. He is everywhere, in everything, and unconsciously, but spontaneously and therefore sincerely, everything that is below the mental manifestation is divine without mixture. That is to say, spontaneously, by its very nature. It is man, with his mind, who has introduced the idea of guilt. Naturally, he is much more conscious. That is not to be disputed. It is well understood, because what we call consciousness, what we call, that is to say, what man calls consciousness, is the power to objectify and mentalize things. It's not the true consciousness, but it's what man calls consciousness. So in this human way, it's understood that man is much more conscious than the animal. But with man comes sin and perversion, which do not exist outside the state that we call conscious, but which is not truly conscious, which simply consists in mentalizing things, in having the capacity to objectify them. It's a curve of ascent, but that curve moves away from the divine, and one must rise much higher to find again naturally a higher divine, for it's a conscious divine, whereas the others are divine without being conscious, spontaneously and instinctively, and our whole moral notion of good and bad, we have thrown all that upon the creation with our deformed and perverted consciousness. It's we who have invented it. We are the deforming intermediary between the purity of the animal and the divine purity of the gods. I repeat, we humans are the deforming intermediary between the purity of the animal and the divine purity of the gods.